Hi, how are you? So, I have just spent the last hour trying to figure out why, when I go live, the screen is reversed. And I just want to change the direction of the webcam, and I don't know why. I can't. And when everything I checked, I look fine. Now I'm all reversed. So I feel like I'm cut. Oh, well. I surrender. I haven't figured it out. Um, One of these days, I guess I will. Very frustrating. So happy, happy, happy day. It is Tuesday, December 16th, and in a week, right? Oh, Scotty boy, welcome and hello. How are you? Thank you for the compliment. Not feeling it, but I'm going to go with it. So thank you. Um, And hopefully today will be fun. I'm going to be kicking something off new. The good old screen flip, at least you're on the right side up. Yes, that is true. Because if I was butt first, boy, oh boy, that'd be a whole different show. That would just be hysterical. Oh, thank you. And I got to tell you, I know you don't need sweaters where you are, but I have my big blanket, which we need, although today it is a balmy, hold on, I'm going to check right now because earlier it was cooler, warmer. We are at 27 degrees. It is a heat wave. I didn't have to take, oops, I just buried my dog. I didn't have to bundle up the dogs when we went for our dog walk this afternoon. We had snow Sunday. So we had rain, ice, snow again, which I wasn't expecting. And the poor dogs are like, we're very cold, Mom. We're very cold. So anyway, you're 44 degrees there in California. It's freaking cold. Yeah, I had some people in Florida tell me the same thing. It's about 40 degrees where they are. Is that unusual for you in California, Scotty? I'm not sure. I don't know much about California temperatures unless you're further north than you would expect it. Scott, I had to put on my winter shorts. Okay, sassy pants. I just got myself very unattractive, furry, like sweatpant material, to wear on the very cold days when I have to take the dogs out. You're dead center of California. So I didn't think it got that cold, but I guess I'm naive. Richard, you're 60 degrees right now? Okay, well, you're in the Valley. Oh, I remember Valley Girls. Very popular, as if. um, so yeah, it's getting ready for the holidays. I don't know what you guys are doing. Um, I start baking cookies probably tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, it's unusual cold there in California. I thought so. Oh, you're 16 miles east, northeast of me. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So, you're in the same sort of weather thing as me, weather pattern. Um, yeah, so I know many of you will be going live for the holiday. Um, I'm really lucky my brother's going to be here. So, um, it's a first, and I'm really glad I'm not going to be alone this year. I loved being with you guys last year, and I'll be here for New Year's for sure. But it was hard, and I think this year, with the death of my dad and that kind of thing, holy cow, Tiff, 30. Hi, first of all, Tiff, and you said 35 degrees where you are. Holy guacamole. Um, you're in meeting distance, Richard. You two should go for lunch. I know, actually, it's not too far. Um, and I used to commute from where I live now, 81 miles into Boston every day, 5 days a week. I'd leave at 4 o'clock in the morning so I could get to work early, and then I would leave, in theory, 2:30, 3 o'clock, so I could beat traffic. Ha 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 ha. It was never shorter than 2 hours to get home, and usually 2.5 hours. I used to say to my mom when I came in, okay, it's time to kick the dog, and you're the dog. I'm too angry, and I'd have to, like, she'd like, all right, just go to the garden. Go to the garden and then come back in, because I was so riled up from the drive. And let's see, Karen Suki, you guys, I'm so excited. We're going to jump in soon, but I wanted to give people a chance to come in, and I'm really excited about what I'm going to kick off for 2026. And I want to just go and find my notes, and so that we can talk about everything. And hold on. Well, that's not where I did it. Maybe I did it on this. Lord have mercy. You know, it's called senioritis. Here we go. Good. I've got what I was looking for. So anyway, I'm oh, my tree. There's my tree. Can you see it? Ho, ho, ho. Maybe I'll just try to leave that on, and I'll shift myself. Thank you. Yeah, and my stepmother, I'm going to share it. Hold on. All right, I got to get up, guys. I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, I should be able to. I don't want to end the stream. Where's the little thingy where you don't have to see me? I'm supposed to be able to block myself. All right, so you're just going to have to watch me get up. Do. All right. So my dad loved to fish. He sucked at it, by the way. But he used to love to go into the Long Island Sound with his buddies. And later in life, when he met my stepmother, if they went to Florida to either visit my brother, at the time, one of my brothers lived in Florida. Hold on, I need the blanket. Mind you, the house is at 67 degrees. You'd think I'd be warm and toasty, but I'm still chilly. Hold on, I'm sitting on a pillow. So anyway, she gave me, I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. Well, it's my dad. There's a glare. Let me do. So that's my dad fishing. And then on the reverse side, she has a picture of us kids with my dad. And I have to say, it was one of the sweetest gestures ever. Over the years, she's been, he was a pain in my ass. I know I talked about this last time. I called him a PETA, right? Pain in the ass. And I'm sure he would have said the same exact thing about me. I was the biggest pain in his ass because he was old world Italian and I was new world Italian woman that challenged him on every topic and behavior. And most of the time we laughed about it, but in the later years, prior to my mom dying in 2016, so we had a rough time, 2014, 2015, 2016, and onward. And we worked things out. So by the time my dad passed, we were good. We were copacetic. But he really was, he was a really good guy. And I didn't realize my phone was on. And people really did love him. His memorial was filled with people that had worked for him. He was a butcher, owned an Italian deli, and he helped a lot of people in the community. And so he was really a good egg. Um, so one of the things, as we're ending this year, 2025, holy moly, I wanted to come up with or tie together all the things that I talked about this last year that I've been going live, talking about using our words, being cautious about our words. Before you say something hateful, take a moment, and are they really your words? Or is it because, and I'm just trying to check here to see if there's somebody else that I'm missing. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. Karen, I'm glad you're feeling better, and I'm sorry you haven't been feeling very well. And so I'm sending you lots of love and healing. And I think there's a couple of you in the chat that have been feeling a little bit off. I can relate. I know I sound a little nasally, but I refuse. Well, I was going to say I refuse to get sick. I was sick, but we're gonna keep going. So tying in using our words, tying in the universal laws of the universe, right? Being authentic, and being the change that we really do want to see around us. It's not that it's impossible for us to influence other people with our behavior, with our words, with our actions. And so as we go into 2026, and we have absolutely been talking about journaling, I am going to challenge myself and everyone else with journaling every day, 365 days. And my goal is to put the word of the day on in a short so that y'all can, or on my post, so that you all can use that as a jumping off point. Because one of the things that I know I've struggled with, and I've talked to other people, journaling's great. I have, multiple journals that I use. And I used to use them for different things, and now I just throw everything in the same thing. But I also, that's why I put the poll out. I've been known to use voice memos as a journal, because if I'm out with the dogs walking and a brainstorm comes up in my head, or a rant, or something inspirational, then I talk to in voice memos, or also using the notepad in the phone. So I'm curious to see what you guys do. And Mish is here as well. Hello, Mish. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys so much for being here. So one of the things that, we've always, all of us, we all talk about why journaling is important, right? It does help us with our emotions and balancing it. It reduces our stress. But it also creates a more of a self-awareness, I think. And it also creates mental clarity. It's an avenue for creativity, because I do have brainstorms often about, wouldn't that be a great idea? I've got to write it down. And it also can be good for our physical well-being, because I can use that when especially a while ago when I wasn't really feeling well, what was I going through? And it doesn't always mean you have to put pen to paper. So there are multiple ways of us doing journaling. And that's why I don't journaling. I'm a big talker to myself. Great. So Scotty, yeah, one of the things that I do is I use my phone and the voice memos, because I want to remember sometimes those pearls of wisdom. And I'm sure you have some pearls of wisdom. I just know you do. And I want to remember them. And I don't. I'm not my brain capacity is overloaded, and apparently you don't get to choose what you download and erase. At least now, maybe in the future. Cromel, you're here. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. And so the other thing that, we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks is using lyrics, song lyrics. They define moods and attitudes and emotions, and they're inspirational. They're also sort of creative, and they're releases. It's a release of whatever we're holding tightly to. So, one of the things that I think journaling can help in 2026, especially if we do it as a collective, um, is I'll put out a word. And that word could inspire you to just go to your voice memo and say, whoops, is somebody, I don't need to report a bug. Shake phone. Oh, I was shaking the phone. Sorry. Um, did not mean to do that. And let me go back to, okay, I don't need that. Um, and that means you could go to your voice memo, and maybe I use the word butterfly, just making crap up right now. And you could go, I have no freaking clue what to say about a butterfly. Somebody else might say, wow, the butterfly is inspirational. It's like a metamorphosis, and I'm coming out of this cocoon. For those of us in New England, we've been freezing our patooties off. Spring is about sort of unfolding our wings and spreading out and going out into the world. Hey, Bonnie, thanks for being here. So nice to see you too. And so that's why I think that this would be a great opportunity for us to just, use this as an opportunity to build community, to have something to talk about. I won't always talk about it on my weekly chats, but I think that it's a great way of encouraging us to just look inside. And so occasionally, what I will do is I'll throw out a lyric, a phrase, a word, a feeling, and just say, go, write. Because I know when I sit down to write, some days I just write, I have absolutely nothing to say. I don't give a patootie, and that's it. That's my journal entry for the day. And like I said, sometimes I journal in multiple methods. So, I like pen to paper. I want to be able to keep handwriting. Um, but what do you guys think? So, do any of you um, journal now, or would any of you be interested in sort of participating? So I'm just curious. Uh, I know I have some of the best peeps, I have to say, in this community. I'm really blessed to have you guys here. So thank you so much for being here, because TikTok, the year's coming to a close. Um, so let's just think. So I'm gonna kick this off in the new year. It's gonna be one of the things that I'm gonna do. But I wanted to share it now because what great practice for us to get in the habit of thinking, oh, okay, well, let's do this. And there are people that we're moving through things, we're working through stuff. I mean, showing you the ornament with my dad, very personal to me, but it also is a means of allowing you guys into a window of my soul. This was a man who was influential in my life, both positive and negative, both with love and hate and anger and frustration and joy and giggles. Um, and I had gotten, I don't know if any of you guys have this, it's a digital picture frame, and you put on it all the photographs. So I've been going through loose photos and pictures out of photo albums, and I've been putting them on this digital thing because as I purge and clean, I'm really trying to get rid of the physical stuff that I just don't have space for. And I have found some of the funniest pictures of me, of family members, I have pictures going back to the snapshots of the 1920s, maybe older, because my nana had those, my mom's mom. And you see all these old Italians. And there was a reason why none of them smiled. There was, and somebody here may know, but um, I'm hysterical. They all look like they're in the mob. There's like, I'm like, where are the smiles? Say cheese. And there was one picture, my mom and dad and my two brothers and I were all smiling, and all of us have our eyes closed. It must have been one of those. Now I am dating myself, with the camera that had the little light on it and it would flash and you'd go blind when they took the picture. There's a name for the camera, I just can't remember it. And so, you're by the time you get to take another picture, you're like this. It's just too bright. So we have a lot of pictures with all of us with our eyes closed. Um, but all big smiles, all of us kids, cheese. And yet our eyes are closed and we look goofy, and it just the funniest thing. So it was fun for me to upload a lot of those. Um, and positioning a photo, taking a picture of a photo, then uploading it. Oh my God, what a pain in the ass. But I think it's going to be worth it because it scrolls all day long. And so once I'm finished, I'm going to put it next to my TV so that it's there as a reminder. And so, because I don't have wall space to hang up collages of photos. So let me jump into the chat, guys, and see what are you all saying? Misha says, Scotty, you're surrounded by writers here. I'm sure we would rally. I love old photos, Mish. Karen says, this is super cool sync because I just spent the last hour setting up journals and potential prompts to get myself to journal again. Oh my God, join me. Join me. I'm going to send the word every single day on a short and or on my post on my community page. And I don't want to give too much away because we're going to be talking about it, but it's one word a day or one phrase or one lyric, and it'll allow you to jumpstart a thought in your brain, right? It could just, again, it's something that inspires you, but then you become thoughtful and you're like, well, the word today doesn't mean anything for me. I'm still living in yesterday, and this is what happened to me yesterday, and this is what it's bugging me, and I haven't been able to move past it. Well, now you just journaled, or you did voice memo, or you did notes on your phone, or, if there's some other, videos, sometimes people do videos. I'm not going to videotape myself, journaling. Well, let me just rephrase that because I don't know if that's true. Let's see. Yes, somebody else remembers those big flashes. That's amazing. I photograph a way of journaling. Oh my God, Cromel, what a great idea. What a great idea. Because, what we see sometimes out there in the world is a reflection of that experience. And it could be joyful. It could be something that brings you light, can bring you peace. It also can demonstrate, pollution or, disregard for life, whatever it is that you use, that you take pictures of. I love that idea. So I am going to write that down on my phone. I'm going to steal that and share that with people to use that as a means of journaling. So sorry, but I don't type very fast with my fingers on this damn phone. And I'm like, I use the term fat fingers, not because they are, although they are kind of chubby fingers, but on the iPhone, it's just so small. All right, so um, let's go back, see if I missed anything or anyone, and if I have, please forgive me, and say hi again because if I missed you, holy moly. Um, Scotty. Um, let's see. Tiff, we can sit and look at old pics. Oh my God. So some of these old pictures are the funniest freaking things. I have pictures of my mom who back in the day was a hottie, let me just say. And she was on the beach and my mom, what we called her the skinny little mini. She was a skinny little guinea is really what we said, but I don't want to use that here because it's derogatory if you're not saying it amongst your peeps. Um, and and then she was surrounded by all the old fat Italians. It's just the funniest freaking thing on a beach, And back in the day, some wore tents as their bathing suits. Others should have worn tents for bathing suits. Judging. Um, and then when my mom and dad from the 50s would take pictures because 40s and 50s, well, not so much the 40s, the 50s really. My mom and dad seemed to be posing and I'm like, what were you doing? And they didn't remember, but the photos are we didn't do that in my generation. Maybe others did. So I'd love to show some of those. Let's see. I was a total geek and goof. Total geek and goof. And I was raised primarily in the 70s, so flower child to the nth degree with the bell bottoms and the flipped Tony Tennille hairstyle and oh my gravy. It was pretty damn funny. I'm squinting. Hold, please. I get there's a lot of things you don't want to remember. I get it. Totally get it. This isn't to this is for current. And if it helps with the past, great. If it helps you to just redefine or create a new way to move forward, 2 thumbs up. Let's see. I'm just scrolling, guys. Give me a sec. Sorry. I learned to forgive doesn't mean I want to hang out. Oh, yeah. So forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for me. It's not for the other person. Because oftentimes the other person just doesn't. I'm trying to use my words. The other person isn't self-aware enough to say, I'm sorry I screwed up. And we can hang on to that anger for a long time. One of the things about my dad, when I was voice journaling today, my dad apologized to both of my brothers about stuff that they happened in their lives. My dad didn't apologize to me and he didn't apologize to my mom. I know he wanted to, but he couldn't. And I'm not about to jump into his brain or into the male brain. That's his story, but I had to work on forgiving him for what was done, that I was included in. And there are days that pops up like grief. It can sort of melt away and it goes down the river. And the next thing you know, I'm walking by and boom, it's there. It's like a slap upside the head and like, wow, he really said that to me. Okay. I forgive. I don't necessarily want to talk about it though, because it will enrage me and bring me back to that time and place. So I agree with you. Sometimes we just don't need to go back into that. Forgiveness is for us. It's so that we can move forward and we don't carry it in our backpack. And that's the other thing that I'll probably talk about, right? Because journaling lightens the backpack of crap that we've been carrying on us. We're walking along and I want the load to get lighter for me. And in doing so, I think it would be fun for you. And really, we could have such an amazing story of photos or voice memos or notes or journaling books in a year. And so it's a great way for us to move forward. And maybe, I used to fancy myself writing poetry. I'm not really good at it, but I took a class by this poetry writer used Natalie, Goldberg's method of writing poetry. So you took a piece of paper, you folded it in half. One side you wrote nouns, one side you wrote adjectives, and then eventually you used it to create a story or a poem. It helped me to sort of jiggle the brain and get it thinking. And then there are times where I just came up with my own, and the same thing with writing lyrics. I'm not a really good singer. I wasn't back then either, but I loved to sing and I loved to make up words because it helped me release what I was holding on to. But then being a flare of the traumatic that I had, it allowed me to express myself. And I didn't share those. I still don't share those. It's not about sharing it. But when my personal journals at one point had been looked at, it really wounded my spirit. After I had my heart event, I was like, oh my God, if I die and anybody reads this, there's going to be people that won't understand that at the time I wrote what I wrote, it was just my reaction to something. And of course, I loved the person. And, but I was mad at the time. And maybe the next entry had nothing to do with them. And I went on. But if someone were to read it, they'd be like, well, she hated my guts. No, I didn't hate your guts. I hated you for that moment in time. And I didn't really hate you. I was just mad and my feelings were hurt. And whatever experience it was, if it wasn't positive. And I also had a habit when I was journaling, I would go off and create stories. So the truisms of the initial journal entry was like this big. And then I made a big story out of it. So if someone was reading it, they'd think, oh my God, what the hell happened? So that's why people shouldn't be reading your stuff. Okay, so let's go back. I've got to catch up to the chat here. Yeah, thank you, Mish. Richard says, my wife does that just by taking pictures of almost everything she does. That's amazing. Mish says, so I can relate. Before I started losing my vision, I used to go out every evening and take photos of the sky. I miss that so much. Oh, that's a bummer. I never heard of Google Drive. Oh, Google Drive setup so that is that for storage, Mish? We are treasure hunters. We came across, oh, I just scrolled too fast. Hold on. Shoot. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, there we go. Nope. I went too far, guys. Give me a second. I scrolled too fast. There we are. We are treasure hunters. We have come across so much ephemera that was tossed aside to be forgotten. I love preserving them. Just wish I would do something with them rather than keeping them boxed. So I don't know if you were here earlier when I was talking about the video photo frame. Do I have it here? So I'm going to unplug this and hopefully, so it unplugged it. But this video frame has a gazillion and a half of my photos that, is it coming back on? Oh, there it is. So there's a glare. Hold on. Let's see if I can. All right. So this is coming back on, but it will scroll all my photos that I've taken. And you get to upload whatever you want. Why is this not cooperating with me? Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's see. Oh, it's starting. And I don't know why it's saying Android starting because I don't have an Android. It's called You Hail. It must be uploading it. So when it comes back up, I'll share it with you guys. For me, because I can't have photos everywhere, this is a great way for me to have photos. But you could also take a picture of phrases or whatever you have in your camera, you can upload and it will scroll and remind you. Okay, so can I shoot? It's the glare. Yeah, it's the glare. So anyway, that's just the idea. Oh, that's my mama. See, and it also just makes me happy to see all these people that I love, because clearly I'm not putting up the people that I don't love. And boy, did I have a lot of those photos. Oh, I had those photos, brothers and sisters. I was like, yep, nope, rip, goodbye. I don't need to keep them. You don't need to keep stuff that doesn't fill your spirit, that doesn't make you smile, that doesn't make you happy. I don't need that memory. And I had some high school photos. Some I really loved, and some I was like, those are memories I don't need. So, yeah. So look, before I forget, while you guys are all here, please give a thumbs up to the video. I'm really trying to, hopefully in 2026, build my subscribers. And this is a good way because there's so many of you in here right now. It would be great to have you give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it anyway. Karen says, Krumel, no need to do real photocopy, just print on printer paper and cut it out and tape it in a book. Oh, then can delete it from the phone and save storage. Maybe. I don't know, Karen. I don't know if that would work for me either. Because what happens to that book if you delete that picture, but then it's in the book and it gets ripped out for some reason, or you spill coffee on it, then you don't have it anymore. So I'm a storage girl that I want to keep it somewhere safe, even if it's on a floppy disk or fob. I always forget what it's called, but let's see. Okay, well, you guys are having conversations about that. A photo has to be a real one. Yeah, call me crazy. No, I'm not going to call you crazy. I agree. I love my mom. She helped me guide me to the person that you're today. Yes, Scotty. Dad wasn't involved. Yeah, so I think I had shared his old world Italian philosophy about how I should be raised, and how I should be in the world, was very different than my brother's. Not easier, because he didn't make it easy for my brothers, and that's not my story to tell. But it was like, well, why do you need to drive? Why do you need to buy a house? You're not married. What do you need to buy a house for? Why do it was always like, I'm not really sure what his vision was for me, but it was always sort of keeping me small. And I don't believe it was meanly intended. The delivery was sometimes mean, and I know he was disappointed in me physically, that I had gained weight. And he only saw value if I was a skinny little mini with a meatball nose. And as I've gotten a little bit thicker, just I guess I wasn't pretty anymore in his eyes. And that's a hard thing, but it's not that. That's where Mel comes in. Mel Robbins. Let him. That's his. That's his impression and his thought, and those are his judgments. But I don't have to feel the same way. And at 62, I finally have said, if you don't like what I look like, how I wear my hair, the makeup, although today I forgot to put some on, um, that's not mine. If you don't like what I look like or how I sound or whatever, okay, I do. And it's taken me all this time to appreciate who I am, where I've come from, what I had to evolve into, like that beautiful butterfly getting out of that cocoon, right? If you help somebody out of the cocoon, the butterfly never flies. If you let that butterfly burst out of the cocoon, well, damn it, we're going to fly. And our beauty is what's within. And if somebody can't see that about me, okay, that's on you. It's not on me. And it's taken me a long time to release that, um, because I was raised in a family where what you looked like, what you wore, how you behaved, which I kind of believe the behavior part, but how you spoke was highly judged and criticized. And if you didn't look a certain way, you weren't worthy in any way, shape, or form. So now I don't give two hoots in a handbasket. Um, let's see. I'm just going through this, guys. So, yeah, I may start to upload one a day on my YouTube. I'm still thinking about that. Ooh, Cromel, that would be awesome. Um, and I get why. Some of them might be too personal, but if you're taking stuff out in nature and out in the world, I know I'd love to see that. Millie Della Prida, she for a while was doing videos, not every day, of where she lives, and I loved seeing that. And somebody else was doing that too. I forget who, um, but it's really. I'm still learning how to upload stuff, so I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. Um, I need to get back into it at a car. Oh, Richard, you're talking to Richard. I was thinking that for your ephemera, or you could post them to a license free sharing site. Ooh. Okay, so let me just scroll down. Oh, Scotty says, my mom was a hippie. I love the fact that I was raised in the same fashion. Yeah. Um, yep. Your mom, Scotty's with mine. They're up there having a blast. I hope. Um, okay, let's go, 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 go. Whatever. I broke the thought I wanted all my kids to succeed. Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a difference in wanting your children to succeed. And there's another, I think, by berating children, especially girls, for not looking a certain way, um, it it bruises and wounds the spirit. And it could take decades or never for someone to heal from that. And those voices, there are days where the voice comes back, especially if I'm not, my pants are too tight or whatever. And I'm like, oh, God, I can't believe this. And then I do the whole beating myself up. And then I come back around and I'm like, that's just physical and you can work that off. You can do that. You know how to change that. And my goal in 2026, as it was for most of 2025, I hit a few roadblocks, is to physically get healthier. And obviously, it's not to be in vogue. They're not calling 60-year-olds. But it is for my own heart health, which I'll talk a little bit more about at the end of January into February as my anniversary is coming up. It's really about feeling good and lighter, because the foods I'm putting into my body are better for me. And even for the holidays, I guess it's a blessing I don't have as many people to make cookies for because I won't be making as many. And my brother that's coming to visit me doesn't eat sugar, so he won't eat any cookies. So I'm not making him any. He'll have lots of fruit. I have other things that he can nosh on that are fun and healthy, but um, uh, so I won't have all the temptations because I'm not making cookies just for me. I'll make some and I'll keep some. But I mean, I used to make the cappuccino crinkles, which I'll still make. I'll make some Italian cookies. I always make chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin. Um, I make a molasses cookie. There is, well, there's a cake, but I won't make that this year either. So, and then for some people, I'll make my chocolate chip brownies, which are to die for. Um, but and then I give them out just locally to people that I mean, I can't buy gifts. So that's how I give gifts is food. I just spent the last several days making herb butter. I made a Parmesan butter and I made a honey butter. Um, if not tomorrow, Thursday, I'll probably make some cinnamon butter for toasts and breakfasts. I got to make another honey butter because I've been giving those out and I don't have any for me, and I love honey butter. And yes, I make it from scratch. I make the butter from scratch. I'm the crazy girl that loves to um, uh, whip the heavy cream into butter. Yes, I know you can melt the butter, soften it, and blend everything in. But I like to know what's going into the butter when I make it, and especially when I give a gift, um, because people have so many sensitivities. So I love, 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 love making butter. Um, Most people don't necessarily want my homemade cream cheese, and it still needs a little perfecting. Um, and anyway, so cookies it is. Cookies and butter. Let's see. Oh, did Aria pop in? Hello, Aria. I'm sorry if I missed you. Um, I don't. Oh, there you are. There she is. Um, I was raised. So Scotty says I was raised in a family of you will wear your brother's clothes and like it. Yeah, I was so poor, but we actually loved our family and friends. That's beautiful. Karen says I definitely wore hand me downs. We got to buy two outfits for school each year and new shoes, but the rest was hand me downs. I was a Catholic school girl. I wore a Catholic school uniform. Yes. And in the summertime, there was the same probably one or two pants and tops that we wore or shorts. And that was that. What else do we have here? Um, Bonnie says, I was doing videos for a while, nature videos. I love those. I can tell you once you understand what love is, it changes you. It does. We as girls weren't allowed to show anger and scolded if sad. We were to smile, be pleasant, and mostly stay quiet. Oh, yeah. I have a few things that go along with that. Maybe that's a different video for a different day. But my third kid was a daughter. She changed us. Yeah. Yeah. We girls do that. Um, and I think, um, and we love our dads, most of us, for better or worse. Um, but sometimes we end up having to forgive them because they sort of broke that chain of love. Let's see. Karen's like, I love Scotty. I love when fathers have daughters that they love and cherish. That changes their life. Yeah. Oh, Karen used to make honey butter. And I know it's so good. Sure, send me. I will send. Don't even kid, because I would send you cookies. I'd send anybody cookies. If you want to Facebook me your home address, I will send you cookies. Um, Nothing gives me more joy than to cook or to bake. I already told you. Want to help you in the kitchen? Think we're onto something. I know. Um, Seriously, I absolutely will send cookies. I'm not even lying. Um, yeah. Our we girls, especially with our dads, if there were moments in our life where our dads, they were our heroes. And for me, when my dad wasn't my hero anymore and he fell off that pedestal, it was hard. In the end, I had a respect for my dad. Uh, I knew my dad loved me, no question. The way that he demonstrated it wasn't always received with love because it didn't always come across that way. But I know, and if he's anywhere out in the universe, um, he knows that I loved him, and I told him that before he left this world. Um, and he couldn't say it back to me. Um, Partly, I think that was sort of the cancer invading his brain. But the things that he did say to me, I'll never, it was the same as saying, I love you. And I know I was a special girl. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Um, and, but dads, their words are really the first words that a woman relies on for truth. And if the word comes out in a condescending or negative way, it can shape who that girl becomes and put that girl in dangerous situations in life. So, anyway. Da, 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 da. I'm just scrolling through. Oh, he really did put his address in there. Well, now I have to don't go fast. I got to take a picture of the address. Hold on. Did I get it? Let me come here and see if I got it. Otherwise, I got to handwrite it. Scotty, I'll need a last name. I don't think I can put Scotty Boy on the address. Cookies sound good. I know. Now I really want cookies. Well, y'all just need to send me your address. Put me in your Facebook Messenger and send me a message, and I will make you cookies. My ex told me I will never speak to my kids again in 2011. I was like, fuck you. Yet here we are, and I haven't talked to them yet. Okay. All right. Well, let's, you know, it's something that Kaminsky. Okay. All right. Well, now I have to do this. All right. Hold, please, people. What time is it, by the way? I've been just gabbing and having a blast. And have not been focusing on the time. All right. I know, people. I'm telling you. I have to write this down, guys. Sorry, because if I don't, everybody knows I can't remember you know what disease. All right, so back to the comments. Buttercup, figure out what when he said as you wish, he really was saying I love you. I think I missed something. I had to get your message at Scotty Boy, not safe love. Oh, okay. I agree with what you just said about word scarring. I had no positive male role models, so didn't know how to even talk to boys men except as a sexual object. It does not make for a positive. Oh, yeah. Uh, I think, Karen, we've mentioned this before. We have more in common than not. And I think the messages that we received harmed us in a lot of ways. I have memory of Dora. Dory. I know, isn't it terrible? It's like thought gone. Now I think I've said this before, right? When I'm um, cooking for the dogs, it has to simmer on the stove for a while. If I don't set the timer, the next thing you know, it's burning, and I'm like, oh my god, I burned their dinner. Um, it's awful. Um, how do we find you on Facebook, Teresa? Oh, I'm in Facebook Messenger. I'm what is my hold please. Let me go there. I don't think I have. I think it's just Teresa Baldessari. That's my name. That's my name. Don't wear me out. Let me go here. I think that's how I'm known. I do have another business page for my old Reiki business. So, but I think if you search just my full name, so let me type it in here. This is my full name. I have no problem sharing it because I am out there in the world. Oh, someone just posted it. So, and you can just message me on Facebook Messenger. Absolutely. And I'm happy to communicate that way as well. Just so you guys know, I'm learning to check it more frequently, but I am bad on Facebook. You guys are so funny. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. I have parking lot dementia. Oh, I love this topic. So I have to now when I go someplace and I have to put my car in a parking lot, like the airport parking garage, I literally take a picture, put it in my phone, and as I'm leaving, I turn around so I can see visually, okay, there are 3 columns, there's 3 sets of elevators. I'm in the middle, or I'm on the left one, or I'm on the right one. Because you could be on the 3rd floor, but if you go to the middle elevator, then you have to walk all the way to the left or all the way to the right to get to your car. And I hit the clicker so many times. I'm like, where the hell's the damn car? So it needs to play a tune for me that says, I'm over here, Teresa, come get me. So in the grocery and at Walmart and at any other places, I try really hard to park in the same area and space all the time. And since my auntie gave me her car, it's this beautiful red car. It's an Elantra. And so it's small It's bright red. It doesn't blend with all the blues and grays and black cars. Um, and I'm like, where the hell did, because it happened to me today. I'm like, where the hell did I park my damn car? I thought oh, there it is. It was stuck in between these two big SUVs. Um, and yeah, so it's easy to find me now. It's really funny. So yeah, you got to be careful. It's getting bad, and it's not even like senioritis in the sense of, senility or dementia. It's just no room in the inn or ditzy. I mean, do I not pay attention, not observant? Sorry, I'm drinking iced tea. I'm drinking my green tea. Okay. Where are we? I was so bad on FB, they've banned me. Honesty sometimes can get you into trouble. So, Carmel, I don't know if it's because of the topics you were putting on Facebook. When I first started, I thought it was a great opportunity to sort of share my thoughts, and then I got hammered. And I decided that if you don't really know me, you don't you may not you may misunderstand me. I don't know. So most of us, I think, in this chat are similar age range where when email came out, first of all, people were just using all caps. But then, this is when abbreviations started. And if you read an email, it sounded like somebody was yelling at you. And we had to have, at our corporation, we had to have tons of meetings and education on this is the professional way to put stuff in an email. And then when it came to texting within a company, you really needed to remember to say, hey, Joe Schmo, hope you're doing great. By the way, and here, because if you just said, yeah, I need this report, oh my God, you got sent to HR for being rude and not friendly. And I'm like, oh, this is too much work for me. So, yeah, absolutely. Um, all right. So back to comments. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yes, it's a honey ginseng green tea. It's really good. Um, yeah, I know. Oh, Bonnie, it's been funny. The days that I used to travel, I used to go from Massachusetts to Tennessee. I did that for about 18 months for work. So on Monday mornings at like probably 4 o'clock in the morning, I'd be parking in the garage and getting to my get to the airline and all that kind of stuff. And when I got home, it never failed. My flight was delayed. So when you're getting in after a long flight, which is not that long, but if it's delayed, you get to the airport and you're like, oh crap, what floor was I on? Where is it? And you're tired now. And I'm like, I was whiny. And so eventually I learned to just start taking pictures of where I was. I'd write down, 3C, left of elevator facing it. It was a whole thing. So I would remember. You guys, I hate self promoting, but I love our village. Yes. Body Illusion myself are doing a live tonight at 8:05 Central on the village. Great. Don't not promote yourself. Absolutely promote yourself. And here's the thing. I'll try to stay up for it, by the way. Is the spreadsheet ready? Because I reached out to a couple of people that do want to sign up for the Christmas holiday participation. So I wanted to get that out. And I haven't had a chance to talk to you, Mish. So let me know. So let's see. Scotty says, when you're getting in, does that equate to buying dinner? Oh, I think I missed something. That must not be me. Hey, Fiona's here. Hello, hello. You're catching us at the ending, but love to see you. Um, and 5-star General Misha. So, guys, I'm going to go take a look at the poll. I hope you guys participated in the poll. It looks like 100% of you that do journal use notebooks. And I just want to encourage you, if writing is not your shtick, then use your voice memo. And if voice memo isn't your shtick, use the notes on your phone. Or, thanks to Kremel, take a photo. And the other thing that I would also suggest and say, besides liking the video and subscribing, please, sometimes just putting one word for a journal entry is enough. So this isn't, this new experiment that I'm trying for 2026. It's not about being profound. It's not about spending hours regurgitating your feelings. If that's something that you want to do, I say do it. But the whole point is just to make us take a moment and think about the words that we use every day. Words, words, words. I'm going to harp on Don Miguel Ruiz and the 4 agreements and using your words wisely. Because in this world, when communities are being murdered for celebrating their beautiful holidays, or they're going to a university to study, or their children go batshit crazy and take your life. Words matter, and how we respond matters. And sometimes by writing stuff down, it stops us. Sometimes we have diarrhea of the mouth and stuff comes out and you can't put it back. I would just encourage people to be more thoughtful with what they say. Doesn't mean you are disingenuous. It doesn't mean that you don't get to be authentic. It doesn't mean you don't get to tell the truth. But I have learned myself by saying to somebody, "What the hell are you wearing?" is probably not the best response initially. You can think, "What the hell are you wearing?" But if someone doesn't ask you if they look good, then shut up. Don't say anything. Right? It's like the person didn't ask me for my feedback on the outfit they were wearing. And short of it popping at the seams and coming out and whatever, it's none of my business. And that person has a mirror and they liked what they were wearing. I might think they look whatever. But I will say that there are quite a few people that I have met over the last few years that definitely march to the beat of their own drummer. And it's their style. And in my head, I'm like, you left your house looking like that? But then I got to know these people. And there's this one woman I'm thinking of. She's not a friend, but she is someone that I interact with on a weekly basis at the dog park. And she's out there, and she has a good heart. So because I think she looks a certain way, that's my problem. That's not her problem, right? So it's let them be who they are. Let them say what they're going to say. It's my response. I don't have to be unkind. And that's to anyone, even to a really good friend. Unless someone says to me, "How do I look?" And I'll say the same thing. If I don't say to you, "Hey, what do you think of my hair today?" But I got it wearing it up and it looks like this. It's not really for you to say, "What the fuck did you do to your hair?" However, I know that, our faces can be, I'm not a good poker player. I would be like, "Oh my God, I've got a full house." It'd be written all over my face. Gambling is not my thing. But I would say to you, if you're so inclined, stop and then think of, well, how would I want to hear that information? Um, and then go from there. Okay, so let's see. Um, it's 10 a.m. in Canberra. Oh, Australia did not have a good weekend. I have W notebooks from 2012. Oh, yeah. So, Scotty, after mine were misused, I shredded all of my historic ones. And the ones that I have now, I always wrote and said, I don't care who reads them. But at that time, and I had them going way back, I got rid of them all. I got rid of all my love letters too. I'm like, well, you ain't my life no more, and there's no love, and you pretty much lied. Oops, you lied. So, all right, let me just come back up and check some comments, and then I will let you guys go because I'm running over, and I didn't realize that. Oh, you posted it? Oh, I don't go to community posts unless I get noted. All right, my bad. Let's see. I have a few. Anywhere we go, you are welcome. No expectations, just bring you. All right, village sign up. Thank you. Thank you, Richard. Needed that. Yeah, so let me go to my other thing so I can click the link. Uh-oh, we have Suno. Aria, hide from Mish. She just posted Suno. Okay, so let's go back. Sorry, I fell asleep. Yeah, I read that one already. Love is key. Yeah, it is. Love is key. Ask for feedback on an outfit. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Yes, it is. Same thing when someone says, do I look fat? Yeah, I've in the past I asked that question and then I said, do I really want someone to tell me the answer to that question? So I never ask, do I look fat in an outfit? But if a woman does, lie. You look great, honey. That's it. Lie. Let's see. Our seventh song. Oh, Seventh Son wrote a song. Let's see. I scrolled too fast. My God. Where did I scroll? And I did it again. I keep hitting the wrong button. It brings me to search. Lord have mercy. Come on, girl. All right, let's go back. Scroll up. Seventh wrote a song about this. Check him out. Okay. Fiona, 3 days after Bondi Beach shootings, I know celebrities here got together to make a commercial against all forms of hate. Oh, that's really great. I mean, I do think the government failed the Jewish community. And I have a lot of Jewish friends. And I just I don't understand. I don't understand the hate. I don't understand the backlash. It's not something that I can wrap my little brain around. So I don't even know what to say anymore. You know, I bought Christina a shredder once because she was afraid to journal due to her sisters. It worked wonders, gave her the power back. Yep. Love, 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 love. I don't have kids. So now I am looking at all my stuff with new eyes. What's just going to get thrown out when I go? So, Karen, again, I think we've talked about this as well. I don't have kids either. And so, because I've already had a life issue where I could potentially die, I have been purging a lot of things, and I have it's like a firebox. It's pretty big. It's about this big. It's heavy. You can put all your papers and things in there. And I have for my brother, who's my executor, I have a list of things that donate all this, take this and check for value. It may have some, so sell it and make some money. My mom's paintings, which are all over my house, which are his mom's paintings. um, Make a decision what you want to do about these paintings. Um, and we'll go from there. You know what I mean? But it's hard because now's the time to think about this, unless whoever comes in is just going to trash everything. And that happened to my auntie, by the way, my mom's sister. She was older than my mom. She's now 93. She's got dementia. She's living in assisted living, and her children threw out all of her holiday stuff. I know they weren't thinking, and they were boys, and they just, trashed everything. So I just sent her from FTD, the florist. Um, it's a tabletop Christmas tree decorated already for her to keep on her table, just so that there's some holiday there, because she's missing holidays and there's nothing there. And her husband just died. And so I haven't heard from her. So I don't know if she received it. It was supposed to get there today, but I hope she got it. So anyway, um, hold on. Real friends do not let their friends wear Speedos. Yeah, so Karen, you'll have to make a decision. What do you want to have happen to that stuff? But it'll probably get trashed. Um, Not nude on the beach, Ned. Okay, no nudity. Um, that's so funny. If it is any consolation, was just talking about this as treasure hunters. We see a lot of forgotten life memories of others. As I do not have my own past or family to share with them, you honor it. And I think that's beautiful. My nieces and nephews have made it clear they don't really care. So, because again, I have these photos from the 1900s, and I'm like, I could probably tell you most of the people in it, but if you don't care about it, and I did an ancestry test and I have some letters. Maybe one day I'll share it because it's a great story about the mafia in the 1930s or 40s in Italy. And it's just fascinating. So I'd love to read that. That I won't get rid of. But it is somehow I have to think of a way of creating a storybook, if you will. Um, and I've been thinking about doing that. And either the kids will want it or they won't. And when I'm gone, it won't matter. But to me, I love that stuff. So those are treasures. I'm not going to inherit millions of dollars or jewels or any of that stuff, but the stories and the photos, to me, those are the treasures. Um, okay. I'm still rambling. Sorry, guys. Um, it is what it is, Teresa. I know. I know. I was actually going to throw out my baby book. Oh, no. I'm like that, Teresa. All I have is just my stuff and stories. I know. Um, let's do that. Let's set up some lives to find best practice ways to preserve our legacies. Oh, absolutely. And on that note, I'm going to let you guys go. So I'm going to challenge you guys to join with me in the new year. I'm going to kick it off. Journaling every day. I'll put out a word to inspire you. Take it or leave it. I'll put a lyric out there. Take it or leave it. Um, Hopefully, I'll get better and creative on the shorts. I made my very first one today, so I haven't even seen it. So I guess I should look at it and see if I had a crooked face. Doesn't really matter though, does it? And so I'll put them out moving forward every day so that people have something to use. so that we can start to uncover our world. And I think I'm going to take Cremel's idea and take a picture, and maybe in part of my journaling, I will just use a picture to sum up what I'm feeling at the moment. So I love that. I thank you guys for sharing with me. I thank you all for being here. I'll see you on Thursday. Um, and not sure what I'm going to talk about, but I'm sure we'll find something. So I hope you can come back and be here with me. Um, uh, Don't forget tonight, if you're interested, join Mish and Body Illusions for a conversation on the village. Oh, I'll give the pups. Look at my baby. Look at my baby boy. Look at that face. Look at that face. How could you not love that face? I know, puppers. I know. Mama's here. So, as always, I'm sending you with love, with light, with healing, with compassion, with community, with joy, with laughter, sprinkled with a lot of laughter and giggles. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. Don't forget to give a like, a thumbs up, or a thumbs down, I guess, but I prefer the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And until next time, I will see you. Be well. And that's a wrap.